Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Wake Forest, North Carolina, as we're moments away from kickoff here as the rain starts at kickoff here. It's going to be a great Saturday for football. It's like college day. You know, it's Saturday. You're supposed to be watching college football, but right now you're listening to high school football just because it got weather delay last night. In the Triangle, we had some cruciating lightning that definitely hurt, put a lot of delays in a lot of football. High school in North Carolina, it does not start until Monday, so they're able to move this around without interfering with any school other functions. So we're right here waiting for the officials to give us the okay. Gibbons will be receiving the opening kickoff. We'll get a chance to look at the starting quarterback, Andrew Harvey. Right out the gate here with Noah Douglas coming in as a transfer from Roseville last year with the departing of the quarterback. He's at Coastal Carolina this year playing college football. Like I said earlier, he's got 12 games under Roseville, 77 for 170, 45% completion rate, 10 interceptions, 5 touchdowns, and 915 yards all season. So he didn't have a good year as a junior at Roseville, but he's right here with Wake Forest. They have the receiving core. They have nice, stout running backs, Mikael Hayward. So we're going to see what he's going to do in a different uniform this year. This is not like college, so if you transfer, you can play the next year. So both teams are coming to the field right now. As I said, the Gibbons Crusaders are going to be working right to left. The Wake Forest Cougars are going to be left to right. They're kicking it to the right end zone to the Gibbons Crusader wide receiver, Jacob Gill. Gill back at the 3-yard line, jumping, stretching. The official hands the ball to the kicker. He's at the 40. Going to kick it off. Kicking off for the Cougars will be Noah. Kicking off. And that's going to be Austin Riley kicking it off for the Cougars from Wake Forest. The 2019-20 high school season is underway in the state of North Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Petey Doris with your call today. Kicks it to the 10-yard line. He drops it, picks it up at that 15, cuts right between the hash marks. He's out to the 20, stretches to the 21, and he is collapsed. And that was Cougars knock him down, and on the carry was the Gibbons. Like I said, we had numbers and jerseys, so that was Blake Rappel with the carry right there to open the season for the Gibbons Crusaders. As Harvey's in shotgun formation, one back to his left, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Shotgun formation, gets the handoff, and he moves up the middle pile, gets out to the 26-yard line. So that's a nice 4-yard carry. So that brings up a second. That brings up a second down and 7. We've got a 2nd and 7 for the Gibbons Crusaders from their side of the field. Gets the handoff, cuts up the middle. He's got plenty of room, and he's out to the 40. One man to beat, and he didn't quite get away. He got a good carry, and that's a first down. Gibbons is moving the ball against the defense of the Wake Forest Cougars. He's got out to the 41-yard line. That was a great carry by Grayson. And we'll see right now what the Crusaders have. They got 2 receivers to his left. Gets the handoff, and he cuts back, and he's met by some big defensive linemen for the Cougars. They drag him all the way back, but he has got forward momentum. And on the carry for the Crusaders was Jacob Gill. So that brings up a second and 8 for the Crusaders. Got a 2-yard gain right there. So right now he's got 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, empty backfield, standing back at the 37-yard line, gets a snap, belt high snap, he looks right, finds his man wide open, and he overthrew him at the 25-yard line. And that was a great look right there by Harvey, and that was Biscus with the incompleted pass for the Cardinal Gibbons Crusaders. It's a great look right there by Harvey. Found his man right on the outside, but he overthrew him. So he's set up in the same formation. He's got split backs right behind the 2 receivers to his right. Man's in motion. Motion is Heb. Looks right, finds his man left, picks it up at the 45, and he's down at the 47-yard line. And that is Gill with the reception. So he's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be running up third down and 3.
On the tackle for the Cougars. We'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse me.
And 3.
4th down and 3. So Gibbons looks like they're going to try to force some offsides right here. Got a 4th and 3. Gets the handoff. Oh, and it's a loose ball, and it's batted down, and that is a stop by the Wake Forest. They're going to turn it over right there at the 44-yard line, and the Cougars are right in great territory for great quick score right here in the first quarter. 9:28 left on the scoreboard, 0-0. We're going to get a good quick look at the transfer quarterback Noah Douglas for Wake Forest. We'll see what the defense for the Crusaders can do to stop Douglas. Like I said last year, Douglas threw 10 interceptions, 5 touchdowns. So we got an unsportsmanlike on Wake Forest, and that's going to move him back out of the they're going to put him on the other side of the 50. We'll see what happens right here. So they're at the 51. They're marching back. Be a 15-yard penalty, and that's going to push them at the 41-yard line. Their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10. He's 6'5", Noah Douglas for the Wake Forest Cougars. Cougars working left to right. 9:28 left in the first quarter. We are scoreless here at Wake Forest. He's got 1 receiver to his right, split backs right behind him. Shotgun formation. Staring down that front 5 of the Gibbons Crusaders. Rolls right. Looking down the field. No one open. He takes it, tucks it in at the 40-45 and out of bounds. Good quarterback keeper right there for Noah Douglas. So he picks up about 4 yards on that, so that brings up 2nd down and 5. And it's going to, like I said, it's Gibbons. It's Gibbons defense pushed him out of bounds. It's great defense to push him out of bounds. So right now he's got same receivers to his right. Man in motion, gets the handoff. He cuts back between the line, and he's met right there by the Gibbons Crusader and only gets about 1 yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Be 3rd and 4 for the Wake Forest Cougars. They're at the 46.5-yard line. 3rd down and 4. See if Wake Forest can get any offensive momentum going right here as the Gibbons Crusaders was able to move the ball up the field handily, and on that fourth down attempt, couldn't get nowhere as they hit him in the backfield, and that's a loss. And in the backfield was Mikhail Hayward, and he was hit with a loss, so it's going to push up 4th and long from the 44-yard line. 4th and 10. So they're going to kick it off right here. Got a high snap. Kick is up, and a whistle is blown as we have a false start. And that's going to be back them up and a false start against Wake Forest.
5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Going to be 4th and a long 15 right here for the Cougars, as there's enough Cardinal Gibbons fans on the far sideline. Gibbons got more fans right here right now than Wake Forest. But like I said, it's a rainy afternoon. If you're going to travel, you're going to bring your umbrella and be able to set out in this. Gets a snap up, kickoff from the 25-yard line. Kick is up. Nobody's there to field it other than the Wake Forest Cougars. They down it at the 33-yard line, so the Gibbons Crusaders take it over on their own 33-yard line. We'll be right back here to Wake Forest. The score 0-0. Welcome back as Cardinal Gibbons takes it over from their own 33-yard line. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right is Harvey. Harvey drops back. Intended pass right up the seam is deflected. So that brings up 2nd and 10. The Cardinal Gibbons Crusaders are definitely spreading their option with 4 receivers almost every time. So Harvey's in shotgun formation, split backs right behind it, 2 receivers to the left. Sends a man in motion, looks to the side, a man in motion, and we have a flag. See what the flags are going to be. It's going to be a false start. Bring the Crusaders back, and it's going to be 2nd and 15 from the 28. Let's see what Harvey can do right here on 2nd and 15, deep in his own territory. Man in motion, sends him to the far side, hands it off, and he is met right at the 25-yard line. So that's going to give him about a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd, and it's going to be 3rd and 14, and it's going to be 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, split backs for the Crusaders and Harvey. Harvey getting a hard count, sends a man in motion, and we have a false start again by the Crusaders. So the Crusaders are deep in their own territory on 3rd down and 3rd and 19. They are definitely not sure if the cowbells is trying to throw them off, but definitely 2 false starts right here on this drive has definitely sent Harvey in the back. Harvey standing at the 15-yard line, 3rd and 19. Harvey's got man in motion to his far side, gets the high snap, finds his man at the 17. He gets to the 30, and he is down right at the 30-yard line. Big pickup right there, but it wasn't enough. So the Gibbons Crusaders will be kicking it off to the Wake Forest Cougars. We're going to be right back here at Wake Forest. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub, powered by SHNSports.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and football fans from all over. We're here for 2 powerhouse Wake County games as the Wake Forest Cougars face off with Cardinal Gibbons. Gibbons right there on the kickoff on the punt pushed it out of bounds at the 45. So Wake Forest is going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Gibbons. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, gets the handoff to a split back. He is met at the 40-yard line, and that was Hayward with the carry. Yes, and Gibbons, great defense right there. He was able to pick up a few yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7. We're still in the first quarter here. Scoreless as Wake Forest is trying to punch it in right here on the Gibbons side of the field. As get the handoff, he cuts up the middle to the numbers, and on the carry for the Wake Forest Cougars was Chris Moore. picked up the first down for the Cougars. So we have a 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Excuse me, correction, 3rd and 2. He gets the handoff. Hayward with the spin, and he is met in the backfield. He was tackled with a loss, and that was a big play by Gibbons to stop him on 3rd and 2 as Hayward was trying to pick up the first down, and he is met in the backfield. So it brings up 4th and long. Right here, so looks like it's going to be 4th and about 4 yards. Yeah, so Wake Forest right here is going to have to go for it. 4th and 4 from the 35-yard line. We've got to jump off sides by Wake Forest. Is going to push them over the edge, so it's going to be 4th and 10, 4th and 9, correction. Right here for Wake Forest. They're bringing him back a little bit more, but as the right guard right there jumped up, and it was a false start. So it's ball's at the 39.5-yard line as they're in pump formation, punting it for the Cougars is Austin Riley. He's back at the 45-yard line. Nobody returning for Gibbons as they fake it right there. And he's got it at the first down, but there's a flag, and that's Hayward out in the backfield with the catch. But there's a flag down at the 25-yard line as Riley nicely faked right there with the punt. So we're going to see what Wake Forest is going to do with the call right here. And there's a pass interference on offense. So that erased the big gain by Hayward. Hayward coming out in the backfield, picked up the big 4th down right there as a 4th and 9. He picked up about 12 yards on it. But got a pass interference, and that pushes him back. So Riley is back out there to kick it for Wake Forest, and that's going to push him back all the way to the 45-yard line of Wake Forest. So right here, you can't expect nothing right here. As it kickoff from the 30, and he punts it. It looks like it's going to take a Wake Forest roll and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. We have 4:06 left on the scoreboard. Cardinal Gibbons, 3rd time on offense right here. See what they're going to come out with Harvey. As prediction for the game, I predicted a low-scoring game just because of the weather. The weather out here today is wet, as both teams are dealing with rookie quarterbacks. Not rookie quarterback, I'm saying senior quarterbacks, but in the biggest game of the season. It's the number 1 and number 7 in the state. Both of them's first start for this team. Roseville's transferred Noah Douglas starting for Wake Forest. And on the other side of the ball, Andrew Harvey starting for Cardinal Gibbons. We're going to take a quick timeout here. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub Game of the Week on SHN Sports and Network1Sports.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are 4 minutes and 6 seconds away from the end of the first quarter. And Cardinal Gibbons getting the ball at the 17-yard line. Harvey in shotgun formation gets the handoff. Bounces to his right over in the corner, and he's on the sideline, is out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Big pickup for the Cardinal Gibbons, 2 yards short. And picking up was Grayson, a senior running back for Wake Forest. So it's going to be 2nd and 2. That's a big pickup right there for Gibbons, as they gave it to him on first down, so that was a first down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Harvey in shotgun formation, gets a snap, looks down the center field, stretches out at the 45 and hauls it in. But the ground bounced it out, and it's an incomplete pass. But it was a great look, great pass by Harvey, and with the reception was Watson. And I tell you, he laid out from the 50, caught it in at the 45. Great pass, put it right on the numbers, but the ground bounced it out, and then he lost it. Incomplete pass. Harvey in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, running back to his right. Shotgun formation, gets the screen pass, and it was too far away from Jacob Gill to haul it in. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Crusaders. So he's got Harvey's going to have 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, empty backfield, staring down the front 3 of the Wake Forest Cougars, and we have a timeout, Wake Forest. We have 3:24 left on the scoreboard. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub Game of the Week. Welcome back as we're out of timeout. Wake Forest staring down the offense with 5 receivers as Harvey in shotgun formation back at the 20. Looks down the field, has got a man at the 50, and he overthrows him right at the 45-yard line on the right side as Harvey was about 3 yards away from completing that pass. Overthrown, so that brings up a 4th down. And Gibbons is going to force the punt right here. See what they do on the punt. They're going to fake it. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's got a running back right to his right as Harvey is going to be punting it off or a fake. Drops back, sends an audible. Standing back at the 17-yard line, gets the kick up. Nobody there to receive it for Wake Forest as it's out of bounds at the 48 of Wake Forest. Wake Forest going to get a possession right here to see if they can get something on the scoreboard in the first quarter, as it is 0-0 here at Wake Forest in your game of the week. This game was intended to play last night, but Mother Nature said, let's play Saturday. There ain't no college football but tonight, as we have Miami playing tonight in college football. So right now the Wake Forest Cougars are going to get a ball on Gibbons' side of the 50. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, gets a flicker. He's out to the 50, 45, and he's met right there by the Gibbons. And with the tackle for Gibbons was Malcolm Reed, a defensive back. Malcolm Reed is a junior, 6'1", just 156 pounds, but he stood up like he's 300 pounds. So that's going to pick up 2nd and 9 for the... It's going to be 2nd and 9. So we got 2 receivers to his left. Sends his man in motion as Hayward. Douglas gets it off, finds Hayward at the 39-yard line, and Hayward stretched out and bounces right off his fingertips. As like I said earlier, Mother Nature, it's wet out here. The balls are wet, so you definitely have to get the ball right at the numbers. You can't try to lay it out to where they can catch it. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 44-yard line. First quarter here, closing minutes of the first quarter, 2:28 left. The score, 0-0. Noah Douglas in shotgun formation, spins around to his right, finds his man, hits it over to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds. And on the carry was DJ Sellers. And we have a flag out of bounds, looked like a late hit. So he was short of the first down. So appears to be against Cardinal Gibbons. Unsportsmanlike by the Gibbons, so that's automatic first down. Pushes them deep in the Gibbons territory as officials. DJ Sellers was roughly about 2 yards shy of the first down. If they would have just hit him and not hit him out of bounds to where it was a flag. So the score right now, we're still scoreless here. 0-0 with just 2:20 left here. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line of the Crusaders. Wake Forest working left to right. We have Douglas in shotgun formation back at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs. Gets the handoff and he's met nowhere. And on the carry for Wake Forest was Chris Moore, and he's met in the backfield for a loss. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 13. That's a great stop right there by Gibbons to push him back. And 2nd and 13 from the 26-yard line. So they got to get all the way to the 13-yard line for the first down. Douglas, 2 backs to his right, gets the handoff. Is Hayward. Hayward swoops around to his left. He's out to the 20, 15, 10, and that's going to be the first touchdown of the season for the Wake Forest Cougars as they go up 6-0 as Hayward on the big carry today. As the cowbells ring here, Cardinals Gibbons gives up the touchdown to Hayward. That's a big swing by Hayward, swung around to his left, and right there as he saw room down the sidelines, and he was untouched from the 15-yard line. Kick is up, and it is good, and we have a 7-0 lead by the Wake Forest Cougars, the 3-time defending state champion in 4A in North Carolina. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub, Game of the Week, the number 1 Wake Forest Cougars and the number 7 Cardinal Gibbons Crusaders. We'll be right back to Grumpy Barber's broadcast booth. Welcome back as Wake Forest just got the touchdown here in the first quarter with 1:34 left. 7-0 on a touchdown run on 2nd and 13 by McKay Hayward. And that's definitely a big pickup right there for the Wake Forest Cougars. We have a 7-0 and lead here as the kick, and we have a whistle from the 40-yard line. We'll see what the Gibbons Crusaders are going to do right here. But first, we're going to get a re-kick right here by Wake Forest. Wake Forest a little too happy right there. Scoring 7-0. Definitely want to thank everyone tuning in today. If you're listening on SHNsports.com/TSH or you're on networkonesports.com/station/Triangle Sports Hub. So back to kick it off for the Cougars is Austin Riley. On that big penalty by Cardinal Gibbons was Malcolm Reed on that unsportsmanlike, which pretty much put the 7 points on the board for the Gibbons. And he's got plenty of room as he's out to the 45. And that was a big pickup for Gibbons is Jacob Gill. Jacob Gill picked up the big turn right there for. So Cardinal Gibbons definitely got a big run right there. So they're out to the 50-yard line. It's about. So it's going to be Wake Forest. Wake Forest territory for the first time is the Gibbons Crusaders. From the 47, 1st and 10. Gibbons ball trying to punch it in and tie this up at the first closing minutes of the first quarter. Shotgun formation is Harvey. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Lone back to his right. 3 count snap. Finds his man at the 34-yard line, and that is a big pickup by Jacob Gill. So that's a completed pass. So it's going to be 1st and 5. 1st and 5. 2nd and 5, excuse me. 2nd and 5 from the 43-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 backs to his right. And sees a man jump off for Wake Forest, and jumping off sides is Foster, a senior. 4-year veteran here for the Cougars as he jumps right off sides. Looks like he wanted to blitz a little bit and try to force Harvey to get rid of it quicker. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down as the ball is at the 37-yard line. Harvey's in shotgun formation, 2 trip receivers to his right. 2 running backs standing back side by side of him. Staring down the front 3 of Wake Forest. We get a snap off, and it's a high snap. He rolls right. Harvey looking down the field, finds his man at his 20-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 15. And that was a big catch for Gill for the Crusaders. So the Crusaders right now are at the 15-yard line. But that was a great catch and pitch right there by Harvey to Gill down the sidelines. So we got 4 receivers to his left, lone back. Shotgun formation from the 15 is Harvey looking to his left. Calls for the ball. Get a belt high snap and hands it off. And he gets about 4 yards on it up the middle inside the 10-yard line. And that was Grazen with the carry for the Crusaders. So the Crusaders right now are 2nd and goal. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 3, excuse me. As Gibbons are on the 8-yard line. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Harvey keeps a quarterback keeper, rolls between the number, and he reaches over the goal line, and it's a touchdown, Harvey. And the Crusaders tie this game up. Just an extra point away from tying it up. On a quarterback keeper, Harvey rolls off his left tackle's right hip, and it was right there, so he saw plenty of room, and he capitalized right there for the Crusaders. Definitely was a big pickup right there. It was 2nd and 8 from the 8. He ran it right in for 8-yard pickup and a touchdown. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the game of the week, and it's 7-6. Waiting for the extra point by the Cardinal Gibbons. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the kick was by Noah Lawrence. And so we have a 7-7 tie ball game with just 38 seconds left on the Grumpy Barbers scoreboard. It's definitely one of those games where it's, hey, you know, Wake Forest capitalized on the penalty from Jacob Reed for Gibbons, but then it turned around a penalty right there by Foster for Wake Forest. So both teams capitalize on deep, rough penalties on their own side of the field. So right now the Gibbons are going to kick off from right to left. It's been a great day here so far. Plenty of action here in the first quarter. As 12 minutes of play is taken 40 minutes of real time. Going to see what happens with the Wake Forest once the game is tied up. Now it hasn't. I mean, Wake Forest, like I said, the 3-time state champions. They really don't play from behind right now. It's like a 0-0 game. You definitely have to get something going. The first quarter jitters are out the way. And right now, let's see what kind of return the Cardinal Gibbons is going to be able to hand Wake Forest into deep to return it for Wake Forest is Spencer, Sellers, and Thomas. And Haywood kicking it off for Gibbons. From the 40-yard line, kick is up, and it bounces at the 20, fielded at the 5-yard line. It cuts right up the seam, cuts to his right, spins as he is met at the 25 is Hayward. And that was a 20-yard pickup on the return for Hayward. See what happens with the offense of Noah Douglas and the Cougars. 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Wake Forest, Noah Douglas sends 3 receivers to his left. He's got a lone back, Hayward, right behind him at the 23-yard line. Looks over to find his man, Hayward. Hayward out to the 30. Picks up the first down, and that's going to be a big pickup, first down as Hayward, and it's out to the 37-yard line. And it's going to be first down. Going to tie ball game here, 7-7. Closing ticks of the first quarter as Hayward was able to pick up the first down by stretching and get about 2 more yards once he got stopped right at the first down marker. Picked up 2 more yards, put it out to the 37-yard line. Same formation, opposite side. Douglas shotgun formation, and that is the end of the first quarter. That scoreboard says 7-7. Gibbons and Wake Forest. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub Game of the Week. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're in a media timeout here. At the end of the first quarter, we got penalties. Both teams, 3 penalties, 25 yards. Both teams successfully scored a touchdown. Great returns. Big penalties were the one that hurt each team. So right now, the Wake Forest Cougars got 1st and 10 from the own 37-yard line. See if they capitalize right here to open up the second quarter. On the first drive of the second quarter is Noah Douglas and the Cougars of Wake Forest. Douglas breaks the huddle, sends trip receivers to his right. He's got his running back in the backfield is DJ Sellers. Sellers to his left. Douglas rolls right, flicks it to Hayward. Hayward at the 25-yard line and out of bounds at the big carry, and he got about 4 yards on it. So, second down, and Haywood forced out of bounds. Got a 1-yard pickup. So it's 2nd and 9. So right now Hayward breaks the huddle is Douglas. Douglas got Hayward to his left. Hayward gets the handoff, punches right up the middle, and he gets about 7 yards. Hayward with the big carry out to the 43-yard line. So that's going to be 3rd and 3.
Bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars.
See right here, Wake Forest coming in with Noah Douglas with 10 interceptions, 5 touchdowns from last year with only a 47 completion rate. Definitely going to run the ball this season. Douglas in shotgun formation. One receiver to his right, hands it off to Hayward to his left. Hayward gets to the 45-yard line before he is met. And that is, it brings up a 4th down and 2 from the 45. So right now we're going to get a punt for the Wake Forest Cougars. Back to punt for the Cougars is Austin Riley. Riley standing at the 30, gets a low snap, gets the kick up. Nobody's back there to return it for the Crusaders as it's taking a Wake Forest roll all the way to the 12-yard line. So it looked like Harvey has got a long road and plenty of real estate ahead of him. In the next possession, you're listening to Triangle Sports Hub Game of the Week. Wake Forest Cougars and Cardinal Gibbons Crusaders on shnsports.com/TSH or network1sports.com. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I am solo today. The color commentator was unable to make the presence, but next week we will be at Green Hope for Green Hope and Apex 6:45 on Thursday night due to the holiday. Right now, Gibbons gets shotgun formation as Harvey gets the handoff to Grayson. He gets about no yardage gain on that one, so he gets hit right there in the backfield. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. They end up giving him 1 yard on the play, so Gibbons has the ball, 2nd and 9 from the 13. Shotgun formation, finds his man at the 15-yard line, and he is spun and nowhere to go as he is met by Foster. And that was a 3-yard pickup. So it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 5 from their own 15.5-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, alone back at the 15. Harvey drops back, finds his man over to Seaman as he hit. As soon as he hit, he lost the ball. If he was hauled it in right there, it would have been a big pickup. And intended receiver was Grayson out of the backfield. So we have an injured Wake Forest Cougar on the field. Wake Forest looks like inside linebacker C.J. Onwa, that is, down on the field at the 17-yard line. You're listening to Triangle Sports Hub Game of the Week. Gibbons and Wake Forest, 7-7. Welcome back as second quarter action continues here at Wake Forest as we are tied up 7-7 as CJ Unwa was Charlie horse right there, so it's going to bring up a fourth down for Gibbons from the 16-yard line. Shotgun formation as Harvey gets a kick up and is deflected, and it's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, so it's about an 8-yard kick by Harvey as it was deflected. And so Wake Forest going to get the ball right there, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. So it wasn't a long kick by Harvey. So that right here we're going to see what Wake Forest can do from their own 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation is going to be Douglas. Douglas in shotgun formation, hands it off to Hayward. Hayward bounces out the side, up to the goal line, and he's in for a touchdown. Hayward with his second touchdown today as it was 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, Douglas hands it right there to Hayward to his left. Hayward bounces off his left tackle, and he goes right up, untouched in the end zone, and that's a touchdown. So Wake Forest capitalized on the punt by Harvey. And got a quick touchdown here. Still with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wake Forest leads Cardinal Gibbons 13-7, awaiting the extra point by Riley. Riley's kick is up, and it is good. And we have a score change. Wake Forest takes the lead 14-7. The score on the Grumpy Barbers scoreboard. We're going to see what Harvey can do for the Gibbons, being down 14-7, and majority of that was one play, 20 yards, run by Hayward in his second touchdown on the season. Second touchdown for the season for Wake Forest. So with Harvey coming in now for Gibbons, see what he can do with the offense. As it was penalties that hurt him last time. And then the kickoff, then the punt was 8 yards. So, you got to get a better kick on a punt when you're deep into home team's territory, as it's definitely not something you want to do. So they're off to kick it off from the 40-yard line is going to be Austin Riley. As deep returning for Gibbons is Jack Grayson, a senior, 5'9", 162 pounds. As Cardinal Gibbons coming to the game with two big top 15 teams in the state in the first 3 weeks, and both of them are on the road. Gibbons' first one today against Wake Forest. Then in 2 more weeks they play at Heritage. Kick is up by Riley. It's going to be in the end zone, and he's going to stop it right there in the end zone, bring it out to the 20-yard line, and Andrew Harvey's offense comes out 1st and 10 from the 20. The score is Wake Forest leads Cardinal Gibbons 14-7. Welcome back as we're coming out of a timeout here, as Harvey and the Crusaders got 3 receivers to his left, 2 backs in the backfield to his left. Harvey rolls right, hands it off to his man. He's out to the 30, and is explosive by his back is Grayson as he picks up. Not sure if they'll give him the first down, or that's a first down. So big pickup right there by Grayson. And definitely hit the hole and looked like he dropped it in overdrive and right up the seam. As Harvey's got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, backs on both sides of him, staring down the front 5 of the Cougars. Gets the hit off of the Grayson. Grayson bounce to his right, cuts back. He's out to the 40, 45, and he's down. A shoelace tackle right there by Chance Smith for Wake Forest. But he gets out to the 45-yard line as Grayson right there picks up another Gibbons first down. Be 1st and 10 from the 45.5-yard line. Gibbons working left to right. Score 14-7, Wake Forest. Harvey, two receivers to his left, 2 to his right, alone back at the 40 with him. Drops back to the 35, looks down the field, finds his man, and it's incomplete. A pass at the 31-yard line was Jack Grayson. So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for Wake Forest. Excuse me, Gibbons. Harvey in shotgun formation. Got true receivers to his left. 2 in his backfield. At the 40, gets the handoff. Grayson bounces up to the 50. He's out to the 45-yard line of Wake Forest, and that was Ethan Hebb with the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for Cardinal Gibbons. 3rd and 2 for 2009. Brings it in. And a big pickup right there for the Crusaders. Setting up for the extra point from the 10-yard line is Gibbons. And the kick splits up. We got a flag. We got a delay of game. Cardinal Gibbons. Pushing them back 5-yard line. Pushing it back to the 15. See what Gibbons does right here. From the 15-yard line. Snap is good, and a kick is up, and it's good. And it's going to be 21-14 on the Grumpy Barbers scoreboard. You're listening to Sports Hub, hssports.com/TSH or network1sports.com. We'll be right back here at the Grumpy Barbers broadcast booth. Head back for the ball. He's able to haul it in. 1st and 2nd 10 as finds it on the left, and he's got him at the first down marker, and that was Hayward with the catch. So Hayward being the senior leader today for Wake Forest. 1st and 10, under a minute to go, 14 seconds left. Noah Douglas gets the snap off, rolls to his right, hands it off, and he gets up to the 30, 35, and he's down at the 25-yard line. 3 seconds left, and they call a timeout. Clock is running. See what they do right here. I don't know what's the line judge. Looks like they're trying to beat the clock, and the ball wasn't set. The line judge is still right there. Nobody's back to watch the field goal get kicked. So right now they're attempting and the snap is not off. They started a clock. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're going to try to find out. So There's .3 seconds left on the clock. Not even a full second. And a